Cult Lords fans. Wow. Here to do another movie reaction.
Yes, we are.
Oh, you found that.
I found it finally.
Where was that?
I was putting some clothes away when I was organizing, and I was like, it was a vest. Do you remember that fisherman vest I have? It was tucked in the pocket.
Oh.
That was probably the last time I wore that was for Uncharted.
Oh, okay. Well,
and I'm like, wait, what is that? What?
That's our official bell ringer that he's been missing for about a year now. So, it's back.
I cannot believe it's back.
All right.
I wanted to surprise you.
We wanted to thank you guys for stopping by. We are the Cult Lords. I am JR.
Dane.
And we are here to do a movie review for you. And this one, Dane...
Yes!
Is Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre.
Movie sucked!
Now,
we're done, right? No.
What,
yes.
being our French major,
oh, yes.
What does Ruse de Guerre mean?
So, obviously, ruse is an English word also, so that's not a big thing. But Ruse de Guerre means the ruse of war, like the trickery of war.
The disguise of war.
Right, but there's two different terms. There's the legal meaning, which is kind of dovetails into the Geneva Convention, where there's limits on how much trickery you can do. In other words, you're not allowed to, for instance, use the peace flag. Like, you can't fake it, like, and then shoot everybody. That's considered a war crime.
Okay.
And then, a really early version of a ruse de guerre is the Trojan horse. Mm-hmm. That's like kind of like the big sighting one at the beginning.
Of war.
Right. So it's basically like doing trickery.
Nice.
Other things along those lines, anything but you can't break the Geneva Convention rules, and there's 17 rules, and I'm not going to read every one of them.
Please, let's move on to this.
But that's what it means.
Movie review. I just wanted to know
Tricks
what it meant.
of war, yes.
Okay. All right. And if you are new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you go down and subscribe, and then put in a comment that you just subscribed, we will give you a shout out in a future movie review. Mm-hmm. Make sure to like this video that we put out.
Please!
But then tell us also in the comments if you like this movie as much as we did, or hated this movie as much as we did, because you still don't know which way we're going to go.
I know.
All right.
You could tell we were going to hate it.
Now,
but I will say, if you watch this video, hit the like button, please, for the love of movie.
Okay. Well, if you know a little bit about the Cult Lords, we always like to start off our movie review with a drink. And Dane, what are we drinking?
We're drinking a special beverage, and they're always special, but this one's really special. It's called Smoke Wagon. Smoke Wagon small batch bourbon, high rye bill from distilleries in Vegas, 52%. It is a tasty beverage. We just sampled it. Go for the first time.
I haven't sampled it.
Go.
He sampled it. I haven't tasted it.
I went straight. He went a little ice.
It's good. I'm definitely glad I went with the ice, though.
It's definitely...
that is strong with the ice.
Whoa, is that smoky? But actually, it's not that smoky. It's just well made. But Smoke Wagon is a reference to a Wyatt Earp in one of the movies says something like, there's somebody about to draw a weapon on him, and he says, "Don't you dare skin that smoke wagon."
Damn right you're scared. I can see that in your eyes.
All right, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
And so it's a slang for a revolver, because I'm assuming it rolls and it smokes.
Yeah.
There's another urban slang dictionary, but I'm gonna let you go look that one up. I'm not gonna say it on camera.
Okay.
But
all right.
Skin that smoke wagon.
Now that we've had our drink,
yummy.
We're gonna talk about this movie. So if you have not seen this movie yet, I have a warning for you. Spoiler alert!
Danger, Bill Robinson, danger!
We are going to go into heavy spoilers. We're going to talk everything about this movie. So if you have not seen this movie yet and you don't want to ruin it for yourself, hit the pause button, go watch it somewhere online or whatever.
Put the brakes.
And then after you watch it, come back, see if you like the movie or hated the movie as much as we did. All right? Now, before we give you the Cult Lords ratings, which is probably the most important ratings in the industry, the Cult Lords ratings.
Oh, yeah.
I think, people really do want to, find out. I've had Tom Cruise call up before and say,
Yeah.
"What's the Cult Lords ratings on this?"
God, I know. I was gonna say I had somebody breaking into my house trying to get my official score before,
man.
so it
Wow.
could get out in the blogosphere.
That was Operation Fortune, Cult Lord, but Ruse de Guerre. We always like to do the Cult Lords. Yeah, we like to do the Cult Lords ratings, but before we do that, we like to see what the general population thought of this movie.
The unwashed masses.
The Rotten Tomato scores, okay? So, Dane, you have not seen these?
No.
I take it?
I do my utmost to
Okay.
not. I mean, I really do. And sometimes I'm like, no! Like, it comes up, I could just barely see, like, some little hint, and I'm like, I can't look! It's like Dracula looking at the sun.
I tell you what.
It's hard to miss it.
I did not look at the Rotten Tomato score until after I wrote down my Cult Lords. So I have to say I was a little surprised. But all right, so Dane, what do you think that the critics gave up?
I'm going to go low on, as always. I'm going to go low on the critics on this one because this was not one of those critical successes like whatever we watched recently, Triangle of Sadness or whatever. So I'm going to go like 78 on this.
78, okay. And what do you think the audience thought about this?
92.
92. So 78 and 92. All right, Dane.
Tell me how right I am.
The critics gave this
Sock it to me.
51%.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's 27 points different than your 78.
Wow, and I went low.
Yeah.
I mean,
they did not like this.
Holy
then,
shimoli.
And then the audience gave it an 82%.
Wow.
So you said a 98 too?
Yeah, so
right?
off by 10.
Off by 10. All right. Well, that's what everybody else thought. Let's see what the Cult Lords thought.
Yeah.
With the Cult Lords.
Can I change my score?
No. So, all right. So let's get ready, Dane. Put it up here. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
What?
Fortune favors the funny.
Aubrey Heat's level 10.
Yeah.
Wow, we are actually very close. I was going to say, I don't know how that happened, but amazing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Damn, those prisoners keep escaping. I don't know how
that
put it back in jail.
All right. So, we were very close.
And I'm dressed like, by the way, the Hollywood actor type. I should talk like this.
Danny Francesco?
I should talk like this the whole time. I need to get myself a massage. Hugh Grant's accent.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant's accent.
He's not the actor. He's the billionaire.
Yeah, well, right. He's the billionaire. Yeah. That accent was amazing.
After lunch, Makeda, you are having the pleasure of a 4-hands hot stones massage with Suki and Sasha, and they really, really understand a lady's geography.
Yeah.
You guys have to go out, but what did I think about this movie? Obviously, I gave it a high score, 90%. You gave it 91.
I had a lot of fun in this movie.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised because I was kind of like, this is just going to be a regular action flick. Right. Like, there's a lot of humor in here.
There was a lot of humor.
I don't see anyone but Aubrey what's her last name? Plaza playing this character.
You'd think so, except Kasim Amari is a diplomat located in the Turkish government's office in Antalya, Turkey. I don't know how I do it.
What a brain.
Do I have a brain in there? Oh, she does.
That character.
First of all, I have a crush on, not a man crush, unless she's I don't know.
I don't know. She does kind of cross into the manly side of the feminism.
I have a big crush on Aubrey Plaza.
She only has eyes for you, JR.
Always have eyes for
Aubrey,
Plaza.
Please.
Yeah.
You've got to comment on this video.
So, but she was totally fetching in this movie, but her character was really funny and smart and intelligent. She's like a last-minute replacement on this mission to find out what was stolen, right?
Yeah.
And so with that, Jason Statham really at first does not respect her because the old guy was what was it, Mike or something, right?
Yeah. He was really top notch.
Yeah, he was top notch,
and she's new to the never done like a mission like this.
Yes, but she used to work for Mike or whatever.
Yeah.
But
that's right.
he wasn't trusting, but man, did she earn her keep on this. But This was, to be honest with you, this was my criticism of the movie. They were able to hack everything so
Right.
freaking fast. That would not happen. That would not happen. You cannot hack that fast. You cannot hack in 5 minutes major things.
I have 100. I mean, my good, bad, and ugly for every movie, and that was the bads. Like, there is no way we had to completely suspend our disbelief that
Yes.
she just walks up. I'm in.
How are we getting on?
Looping monitor. They have some sort of adolescent firewall. It's taken me about a minute to perforate it.
Like, come on!
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I work in IT.
Yeah, I do too.
You cannot break into a system that fast.
Not
I mean,
that
they
fast.
just. That was like,
No.
they're like, all right, we need to speed this up. No coding, no
Yeah,
whatever.
because you know what, and I get it. Like, if you really truly wanted to hack a tough system, it might take you days and weeks.
Right.
So they don't have time for days and weeks in this movie.
I mean, the only
so you got to do it pretty fast, but it was
Exactly.
just so freaking fast.
I mean, it was ridiculous. It was like Johnny Mnemonic fast.
Yes,
I mean, that was the only way. And you get your wetware in there, and like, I wish you would get her wetware in there. That would have much been a different movie.
Hit me.
But
Yeah.
that would have been amazing if that had actually happened. But,
Right.
But yeah, I agree. It was just too much of wink, wink. Okay, we're not going to spend any time breaking into anything. We're just going to show her doing something.
So I guess this organization that they're in is not MI6, but it's like an off the books kind of organization.
Black Ops.
But still works in tied to the
Yeah.
British government because that Eddie Marsan, you know that actor right here.
Yeah, I've seen him in
He
stuff,
played
but-
in Knighton, right? He played Knighton, and he was in the British government,
Uh-huh.
and he was operating with Nathan, who was played by Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride, right?
Yeah.
So, but the thing is,
Inconceivable.
what was interesting is even though they worked for the government, there was they pitted other organizations against them to go and like find this, and that's where Mike's team comes in.
And that was another thing I thought was kind of like, come on,
Yes.
really? I mean, the British government's just going to let rogue these teams go out. Here's 100,000 for you. Here's 100 for you. Go figure it out. Like it's.
Oh, and then wait.
I mean,
wait. So Team A has already secured, the thumb drive, but Team B is gonna stop them, cut open the van. Take them at gunpoint and take,
Right.
It's like, wait, we've already received we already got it.
technically have it.
We
Why
technically have it. Why are we doing
tell
this?
them stand down?
Yes.
Because it was like, I guess, a bounty in
Yeah,
a sense,
yeah.
right? Yeah, that was the whole thing with the Mike character.
Yeah.
Like, he came up and they needed a foil, but he was kind of like the bad guy, to tell you the truth. I mean, because, with every, as you already studied at college, every main character has to have an objective, and the villain is the guy who stops him. So Mike, they realized they needed somebody to stop them from figuring out, exactly what was stolen.
Right.
And it was Mike the whole time, because he kept jumping in and
Well,
grabbing something.
you didn't know how bad Mike was until
Yeah.
the helicopter scenes, right?
Yeah.
Where they went up on that hill and they were going to make an exchange with the Russians. They were going to pour $10 million to like their bank account or whatever.
Right.
And but Mike's team just assassinates everybody.
I know, and
then you're like, okay, that can't be part of the
plan,
operation.
the British plan. Yeah, well, and on that point, that is the other big problem in the movie is the tone kept changing. It was like super funny, little sexy, little like foil of like Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. I don't know if that was an actual movie or not. And then all of a sudden it was like boom, 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 killing people, knifing people, whatever. Like, all right, you kind of changed everything here because Mike set a total different tone. But then they never responded really in kind. They were always like, "Oh, Mike just killed everybody." Well, that Mike guy, we'll figure this out.
Well, until they have to break in, to the two billionaires lair or whatever. But before we talk about that, let's just kind of go back and talk about the fact that when they are, at that time they think the main foil is Hugh Grant's character. He's the billionaire. He's the one who's arranging where, they stole some secrets from the Russian government.
The middleman, yeah.
The British, agencies, they don't know what they exactly stole. So they're like, we know something was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's going out on the black market. We need you to retrieve it, but we don't know what it is, right? So
and that's a great opener.
Yeah.
I mean, I really thought the movie worked very well at the beginning because we were all in the dark too. Like, what was stolen? I thought, of course, I thought it was more like a biohazard
kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't see that it was
a
master
new form
AI
of
that can break into any code.
Yeah, take over the internet, take over the world. Yeah. But anyways,
kind of sounds like a precursor to Terminator here.
I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly. But what was interesting is, so once they realize that Hugh Grant is the mark that they're going to have to infiltrate, their first thought is, all right, we're going to L.A. and we're going to get Danny Francesco.
God damn it! I do the stunts. You shoot the money. Wake up, everybody!
Because he is Hugh Grant's favorite actor in the world.
Right.
And he's tried to like buy his time and meet up with him for different things, and Danny Francesco's always turned him down.
Yeah, Danny's basically a difficult actor.
Yes.
Everything has to be perfect.
Yes.
I do not do acting for money. I do it for the art.
Yes.
And I am not going to show up to a $10 million... He was going to get paid $10 million to show up to a birthday party, right? Right. For who it was. Didn't they cite it? They said...
it was Hugh Grant. And then the how they got him to this one was...
They had to trick him.
They had to trick him, basically.
Yeah.
Kidnap him. And basically say, we've got dirt on you, where it would screw up.
Oh, yeah, he was having an affair with his sister-in-law.
Yeah, with your marriage.
And and we're talking like, that was great. I thought the whole setup was really well done.
Right.
I'm really surprised the critics went that low on it. 52%?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. I mean, it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I don't understand, where that came from.
Yeah.
I mean, because... I thought the Aubrey Plaza and the Jason... That was actually really good interchange.
Yeah.
Front, back, right, wrong. Whatever.
And I hope they make another movie, because I was actually really entertained by that.
I was very entertained
by it. The only thing that didn't break the line was they never, romantically, but they hinted. I thought there was a little bit of the next movie, if they make another one.
Oh, really?
The two of them.
I didn't
You didn't think that was a little bit of that?
No, I think Aubrey's holding out for me, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you are right. Jason Statham versus a cult lord. She's going to go for the cult lord.
Joking. But you know what? I recently saw a movie, I don't know, several months ago, called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nick Cage. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay. It actually, this came out before Operation Fortune, but in that movie, the FBI uses Nick Cage to portray Nick Cage to try to get information from a cartel leader.
Oh.
And the cartel leader is I can't think of his name now. The Mandalorian.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. So Pedro Pascal is the cult leader, but he's a big Nick Cage fan. So Nick Cage has to go in as Nick Cage to infiltrate Pedro Pascal.
And what's the time on this when that movie? Because this is almost the exact same premise.
This came out last summer.
So it's the same.
It's the same premise. So when they're like, yeah, we got to get Josh Hartnett, but now he wasn't playing Josh Hartnett. He was playing Danny Francesco. So it was a fictional actor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But in this one, Nick Cage plays Nick Cage.
Just himself.
Yeah.
So it's like the Malkovich movie.
Being John Malkovich.
Yeah. It's like another version of that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's interesting that. It's like a twist on a twist there.
Yes.
So it's him playing Danny Francesco, but to bring in because some billionaire loves him, and so they need to get him in there in order to break into his super yacht that he's having a charity event with the billionaire computer nerds.
Right.
And it worked really well.
It worked well.
I mean,
I still love the premise but I was like, I have seen this before just recently, you know what I mean? But
you went higher than me. I'm kind of surprised that you didn't go a little lower because I was thinking,
I just had so much fun in this movie.
Yeah,
I had so much fun. And I laughed a lot. I I was anxious for what's the next thing that's gonna happen.
Right.
And like, you know, when they when Aubrey Plaza and Danny Francesco are playing the couple at Hugh Grant's estate, and they're trying to get information, you know what I mean? And of course they can just hack into a security and redo the
I mean, that was
cameras.
so instantaneous.
Yeah.
The cameras are suddenly doing a backward loop, so no one shows up in there. I mean,
Right.
that there was so many like wink. Oh, yeah.
But I was like, at some point they're gonna get caught. At some point they're gonna get caught. What's gonna happen here? You know what I mean?
And they almost did not get caught.
Yes.
Until, like it was only that one Asian, like the side, his secretary.
Yes.
Or something was like.
We think they hacked into our secure server.
Well, it's not that secure then, is it?
Yeah, it's worse than that, I'm afraid. Whoever you think you were on the phone to before, you weren't.
That was near the end of the movie.
That's when you know, they're onto him. But what was funny is Jason Statham, who you said has never made a bad movie, but of course you still have never seen
The Farmer,
in the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale by Uwe Boll. Once you see that, then you're gonna be like,
but